Okay, now this video is gonna be a little bit better than the other one because I will not run out of space. And sorry for the quarry video that I just did. Don't worry about that. Quarry video I just did. That the second part when I cut back into it, my voice is really quiet. So it's like, oh shit, my bowl just fell a little bit. That my voice a little soft because I didn't realize I bumped the mic with my arm away from my mouth. So sorry about that. Should be good now, but this is basically the types of power and powering shit in Feed the Beast. Now, if you play Tekken, it's skidge different, just a tiny bit different than it. Some things are changed, some of the crafting stuff has changed, like these solar panels have all changed. These are new. So yeah, so just bear with me. First off, we're just going to talk about cables. Now, I think I accidentally got rid of them. Like, yeah, I did. So we basically have your common tin, and I'm pretty sure. So let me double check. Where'd it go? Sorry, I should have this prepared. I did, but I accidentally got rid of them. Okay, they're HV cables, which is just a refined iron, coated in or surrounded by rubber. These thick ones here, this is the thickest type. It can carry the most current. So basically, for something that has a lot of power in it, or what's the word I'm thinking of? EU or whatever in it. So you can hold a shit ton of EU. You're not going to use a copper cable here or a tin. You're going to use a big thick one. Is it becoming? And you basically got a little bit thinner one, and you got another little thinner one. You have glass fiber, which is what you'll be using. I used mostly glass fiber and copper. In the very beginning, I'll use some of this. Not really, but basically, this is copper and rubber, gold and rubber here. There's two different sizes. That's a bit bigger and that's a bit smaller. Usually, you would use the smaller stuff here. Same with this for crafting. But basically, the three types I usually be using are glass fiber cables, tin, which is 3 tin in a row, copper, which is 3 copper in the middle, 3 rubber above and 3 rubber underneath, and glass fiber, which is glass and diamond. Now, say if we're using a solar panel, we're not just going to put it straight into the machine. We're going to have to store it in either a bat box, MFE, or MFSU. I don't use this one much, so it's might mispronounce it. But basically, we would, the dot is the output. So basically, say if we had, let me just slap down a solar panel. Put it in, and you can see how it's generating EU. Now, if we want to put it out, we're going to have to take out of this side and put it into a machine, and that looks like a good machine to charge it. Now, with this, it can hold more, basically. So, like when you start making, let's go over here, you can see how this can like storage that much. But say if we had a hybrid, it can hold this much. Well, it's gonna make this thing explode basically because it can't handle it. Get out of here. So then what you're gonna want to do? Ooh, not that cable. You're gonna want to put into this, powers up, and you would take it out of the dot again. Basically, every time you increase in voltage, or it's not EU, but oh, excuse me, I gotta stop drinking pop before videos here. Check to make sure I'm recording still. So I got lost. What was I saying? So yeah, basically each time you increase in EU making or generation, you're gonna want to increase these. And to be honest, this is really easy to make. Bat box. See, these are really easy. Yeah. MFE takes diamonds to make, or a ruby, which pretty expensive. Otherwise, you know, it's pretty simple. And after this, like, this would be if you're using the ultra hybrid solar panels or nuclear reactors, you would want to use this. Now, that's not very much right now, but this, you can see how it outputs a shit ton, that much, and this only does 32. And you basically take it from the dot again and put in the machine. Now, if we put this straight out into like a electric furnace, it would blow up. Same with this one. This it would not, because the voltage is like, machines can only handle low voltages unless you upgrade them with I forget the name of it. Let's see if I'm lucky enough to find it. I doubt I will. I'm not even about looking, it's taking too long. Voltage, where you can upgrade it so it can go directly. Like, say if there's an iron furnace, you go in, right click it, and in the top right hand side, you can put upgrades in. You would put the voltage one in there and you can run it off. But, say if we need this to lower the voltage, you would use this. Now that is called, a low voltage transformer. So what we would do is we would take this, all my fucking animals. We would take this basically, put it here. Now the 3 dots, I can't remember, but I want to say I just had this. Oh yeah, and you're gonna need a wrench, which is bronze, and that's made with 3 copper and iron. So you're gonna want one of those, and you can see how, say if I want the dot on top, just left click. Now, I'm pretty sure the 3 dots are like this. Just grab a quick machine. It's not what I want. This should work. See how it's getting power? Now, if I just put it in, it would explode. Now, say if I want this to get to this, I'm gonna need how was it? I'm pretty sure a medium. Like, there's 3 degrees. You know, you can basically just, like, if you're using the high, if you're gonna need a medium, a medium, and then to the low. I'm pretty sure. You know how, like, you just keep on going down and down, scaling down. And these are not hard to make over here. So you're like, watch, boom, explodes. Same, should explode too, but this will not. See? So that's it. And then these are the ways, I'll get to that last. These are the power up. You can have a generator, which I forgot to put in. Yeah, here we go. Nope. Shit. And that one's our generator, which is you just put it with something to burn. Like, I cannot burn that. Like, oh yeah, let's burn it. Take it off, put it into one of those. Now these are water mills. In the beginning, you can't make solar panels in the very beginning. It's not like Tech-It where I'll show you the recipe for this. It's changed quite a bit, and it will not be. It's almost to the middle of the game where you can almost start making these. This is almost end game right here, because you're going to need iridium ore, which I'll talk about after. So, back to this. Basically, it's your preference. I prefer water, just for the fact I can make more of these cheaper. Like, these are really cheap to make. Let's see. Look at that. Generator and wood. And that's basically a generator. Really easy, and you get 2 out of 1, so 2. And less wire being used, because these have to be put up way in the sky to actually get good wind. So it's basically preference. Some people like these more. I prefer these. It's a personal choice, really. So I'm just itching my ear underneath my headphones. But you can hook these 2 together. Say you had a water pond here with watermills in it, up in the sky, you know. Freaking pigs. You know, like so. But see, you have to use quite a bit of cable just to get it up here. And if you use copper cable, each time it moves a block, it loses a little bit of EU, so you're not going to get. That could be the most efficient thing. I should say stay. Now, these are what mostly. This is what you're going to mostly use for powering up your stuff, unless you're into the nuclear reactor and geothermic generator, which involves lava. So let's get into this. see this normal solar panel 1. Now, you would upgrade this one into an advanced solar panel, which can store energy, or store EU, and at night. And it also works at night, let's see. Yeah, it generates 1 EU at the night, like in night. This one does not, and it also would store it. Like if I just broke this and did this, see how it's generating it up at night. So you can store. Now you would take this, upgrade to this. You can see this one generates 8 at night, and this one's 64 at night, which is even more than the advanced one during the day, I'm pretty sure. Yep, way more. Way more. Look at that. Now, a solar panel to make normally is, in Tekkit it would just involve, I think, glass, circuits, and I want to say coal death. Now, it is quite different. It involves carbon plate, which is 8 coal. Wait, yeah, 8 coal just for one of these, and it's gonna need, wait for it. Wait for it. Come on. An electric circuit. So yeah, and a generator and silicon cells, which are made by an industrial centrifuge, which is quite expensive to make actually. And there's a whole bunch of different ways you can make it. See, you put in lazurite dust. It will take 2,950 seconds to make, and you know, I usually get a big supply of redstone. Usually I have a whole bunch. I'll just shove that in there, do that. Sand. Blah blah blah. But industrial centrifuges are quite expensive to make. You can see, guys, refined iron, these. So you're gonna need to make a rolling machine to get these, which, yeah, and pretty sure this involves, advanced, too advanced, so it's pretty expensive just to make this. And once you get this, bam, you get that bitch. Now, to make the advanced solar panel, you're gonna need irradiated glass panes, which is irradiated uridium, which is just, you know, that bad boy. Let's go back in. This is basically compressed mixed ingots, which is made in the rolling machine, which I was kind of talking about in there. Advanced circuits and advanced machine block, which I showed you. Now, hybrid. You will need a lapis block. Really, just compress. Oh, 9. Yeah, okay. So this is a hybrid. So this advanced circuit's easy enough. Carbon plates, easy enough, easy enough, easy enough. Enriched, wait, what? Holy shit, I did not know that. I just learned, I didn't know that. I didn't know, oh god. You're gonna need basically lots of iridium, not iridium, irradiated uranium, which is like this, like I showed. That which is UU matter, which is made from a mass fabricator, I think. I'm pretty sure. Which uses a lot of energy just to produce one. And then iridium ingots, which 1 iridium, it is, oh god, it's way rarer than diamond. Like if I set up a 64 by 64 quarry, one starting that way, one there, one there, one there, I'd likely get a maximum no more than maybe 10, 8, 9 iridium. So it is extremely rare. And yeah, you get that. And then you would go for the ultimate hybrid solar panel, which is you can either make with 8 hybrid panels, solar panels with an advanced circuit, or you can go in for the lapis coal chunk, which is basically you're gonna want to put that in a furnace or smelt hybrid coal, and you want to turn it into balls. And let's get back in here. And eventually you get crafted around obsidian, so it's pretty expensive. But if you look, nope, that one. You keep the advanced. So hybrids, you can have a couple of these and some of these, and then, and you're also going to need a lot of iridium. So basically, if I look, yeah, you're going to need a lot of. So these two here are extremely expensive. What I suggest is just making a shit ton of advanced solar panels, which will do you just fine. Maybe if you want, make a couple of these, but I would not just go, oh gosh, I really would like some of these bad boys, and I have just enough iridium. Let's slap these bitches together. No, do not do that. Now, this video is going to be a little bit long, I know that, so try not to make it too long. Now, these engines are made for most of them here are made for powering stuff instead of, like, say if we had the solar panel and it hooked up to the bat box, like so. That's not what I wanted. Like this, so it's stored in there, and be like, I would love to shove it in this electric furnace. Now we had if we had a lever here, someone I can grab quickly. Yeah, I can. A lever. You can see it's gonna start. Okay, there's not enough poop coming out of that one. There we go. Why aren't you pumping? What did I do wrong? Okay, whatever. I don't really know. It should pump, and it would pump, and it would power like a quarry or, I don't know, some other instrument. But the wood one right here is used for usually pumping wood pipes to get materials out of chests, out of what's that called? Tanks of oil. Yeah, tanks of oil. Now, you've seen the Stirling engine in my quarry video, which is basically you just put fuel in it and it would pump, and you have to refuel it. The combustion engine you would have to fill up with a fuel, which either be lava, fuel, or oil. And fuel is refined oil, which is made with a refinery, which I'm doing a future video. And you're also going to want to keep water pumped in here constantly, because these will blow up when they're overheated. They'll just blow up. Now I'm pretty sure these are part of the Greg Tech mod, if I'm not mistaken. Don't take my word on that, I'm pretty sure. But these are required to use some of the other machines. The problem is you usually don't use those machines much, so you won't find a use for these very often. But I usually make the hobby steam engines, which is, I keep on bumping like my nose is so itchy. Basically, you would put a fuel in here. It would build up temperature, fill this with water, so it would make steam, and it would pump, 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 pump. This is a commercial steam engine, so basically, I guess it just generates. I've never actually used these two, so same with these two. So I'm just going off what I think. So you would pump water into this. Actually, it would fill up and it would make steam. This one here is the same thing, but you can see they hold the same amount of steam, but this one will make more EU out of the, or MJ or whatever. One mod uses MJ, one mod uses EU, so power source. Now, this is a biogas, which basically you'd fill it with biogas. It would likely work most like the combustion engine over there, but biogas. So I've never used that one, or same with the peat fired engine, which is basically, looking at this, you pretend this is coal, you would put coal in here and you would put peat in here and it would burn. Okay. Electric engine. Now, this is basically would be powered right out of, you know, one of these bitches. Oh, I know why this isn't pumping. There's no machine to power it. Oh, phone. Okay, sliding down. Let's get back into this. Oh God, sorry for blowing. Now, just by looking at this, you can see we can put a circuit board in here, which can like overclock it, and don't worry about that. Basically, it pumps pretty good. This is what you'll mostly be using because it's more practical than this, because you gotta have a whole bunch of oil tanks and a lot of work just to get a little bit of power. But this is a lot easier. change color because it's taking in energy. Turn that off. Now, best thing about these is when they overheat, they don't blow up. They stop and they just cool down until 0 and they start up again. Now that's basically all this stuff. Now you can get overwhelmed pretty quickly with all this stuff, but in the beginning I'll show you what I usually do. Basically, I make a pillar like this. It's usually not this tall. I just made it this tall just to demonstrate. But you can see there's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, I'm pretty sure if I did my math right, 20 water mills in here. Now what I do is I'd fill this up with water, but I also, once I start, or I can start making solar panels, I will put solar panels either covering it, or just like this. Now say I only had this many, I would take my this shit. Plus this only starts losing power after I want to say 34 or 32 blocks. So it's pretty good, but it might lose a lot of power here just for the fact that, you know, it's got so many blocks to cover. But in case, I would just use this glass fiber cable. Now you can see it's generating. Now I'm just going to start pumping water, or start putting water in here. And you'll just see... Oh, no, oh, whatever. Now we're going to go over here and take a peek. You can see... Yeah. It's generating it pretty quickly. Now, even if I got rid of... Let's break that. All of the solar panels. You can see it's generating quite a bit still. And these are really cheap. Like, this is really easy to do. It's really cheap. What I usually do is, one of the worlds that I kind of cheated on and kind of did normally, I add enough to just, you know, I kind of thought that would blow up. I did this. A whole bunch advanced. And I took, and that one... better not blow up. Like so. And I basically connected all these together. Now you're thinking, well, what's the point of the water? The water also helps at night with the other solar panels because they can't generate at night. Yeah, I had a feeling that would blow up. Generate at night. I'm just going to fix this while I'm talking. At night. So basically, it helps at night. I said that so many times. So you have power during the night, so if you're, you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? Mining, and you're like, I could use some material right about now. And you see, that's just fucking firing energy in here. So this here is what I usually like to do. You can also, instead of these in the beginning, you know, I don't like wind power because you don't really have to go this high, but to get good, how do I put it? But decent, wind, you're gonna need to go pretty high to get the wind you need. And basically, you know, do your thing. You know, do that. But see, you waste so much piping doing this. That's the only downfall to that. Otherwise, I still like the water turbines better. But I also with I forget them already. I forget them. No. The MFE, the bat box, and the MFUS, whatever it's called, that big one over there. See if I can get it. That one right there. You can put redstone right here, and I'll just show that really quickly, and I'm gonna go fuck the word up. You can see how it charges it. I'm pretty sure it charges it. 1,000 at a time. So if you need power like right now and you don't have any stuff, you can shove this in, but it's kind of a waste. But whatever. So I hope this helped you in learning the types of power that can be used in Feed the Beast. So please like the video if you would like more and it helped you. Please leave comments if you need help. Go watch my other video about the quarry if you need help about that. And thanks for watching, guys. See you in another video. Baby's on the